Welcome to scenic Ovid town. Population Ovid. Now, last time I played, basically what I did was wander around for 4 hours on New Year's Eve, losing control of my life at 3 in the morning. And I found this place called Ovid Town. And one of the things I like about it is how it's right on the coast. And there's a cool little reef out there, like a Great Barrier Reef type thing. And what I want to do is build a conduit so I can start making like a little underwater base out there. Because I think, and I could be wrong, but I think what a conduit does is let you breathe underwater and move faster underwater and basically make underwater less painful to move around in. So, last part, I did find one heart of the sea. Fresh gave me another one, so I have 2 hearts of the sea. Now what I need is nautilus shells. And I was looking at how to get nautilus shells, and apparently it's a gigantic pain in the ass. But someone online, Sakri, whatever his name is, the guy on the top of the players list there, he says that if we find a zombie spawner, we can build a drowned farm. So, what I might do is go back to Hamilton, which is kind of the more common hub area, about 7,000 blocks away from it, and see if I can find a zombie spawner somewhere on underground, just by exploring caves. Well, here I am back in the commune area, near where Hammy's builds are, where Uik's builds are, where Sakri's farms over there are. So ideally, I would start digging or try to find a cave in this area, and just stumble ass backwards into a mob farm. So we'll hope that happens. And then I'll let Sakri know, Celery, I'm just going to call him Celery because I don't know how to pronounce his actual name. And he'll build us a drowned farm, or a communal drowned farm. And then I can farm some nautilus shells from that and make my conduit. So let me see if I can find just an open air cave somewhere, or a ravine. So while I was recording this video, at a certain point I noticed that my audio stopped recording. So I'm missing a bunch of audio during my search for a zombie spawner. So I figured I'd just record this little voiceover, narrate what happened in the parts that I'm missing audio for. So you see here that I found a ravine pretty close to the commune area. I decided to just go balls to the wall, jump right in, and I explore around in here for a bit. After a little while of exploring, you'll see here that I come out and find this mine shaft, underground mine shaft, which is good because I'm looking for a monster spawner, and they tend to spawn, or in my experience, they tend to spawn near mine shafts. And while I'm exploring the mine shaft, I find a bit of loot as well in these little treasure chests. I find this golden apple, which I did keep and I still have to this day, so I thought I'd leave that in. And here we find that I actually do stumble upon a monster spawner. And at first I thought it was a skeleton spawner, because there's so many skeletons spawned around. But turns out not a skeleton spawner, it's just a spider spawner. Which is too bad, because Celery said that he wanted a skeleton spawner. And spider spawners, we already have a silk farm, so it's not really much use to us. But that's what I find in the portion I lost audio for. From here on out, I'm just going to be doing more of the same, exploring, looking for a zombie spawner to recap. And from here on out, I'll have audio. But I've been exploring this mine shaft for a while, and I believe I'm kind of at a dead end. I think I've explored everything. Next, I think I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go explore what's that way. I think I'm going to use the old sand trick to head on down. I'm sure that's enough. Yeah. Ooh, actually, a little more hurt than I was anticipating. I'm going to grab this water. I'm going to eat this carrot before I get real bad trouble. So, the question is, where do I go from here? Maybe this way? Oh! Zombie dungeon. I found one. Hell yeah. Alright, so just around the corner, I've just run into a zombie dungeon. You can see over there. And earlier, Celery over here kind of banned me from the commune for the, they think I've destroyed their, one of their farms, taken a fisherman or something. So I just negotiated my unban in return for this zombie spawner. I'm hoping they'll make a drowned spawner and I can get some nautilus shells from it. Yeah, so we're gonna TP accept. We're gonna make sure we're in a safe spot. And then I'm gonna TP accept Celery over here. Alright, we're bringing Hammy over here. Down that way. Ooh, a couple golden apples too. Gonna snag him. Snag him before he notices. Alright, so we've got the, they've got their zombie spawner. They're gonna make a trident farm. I'm gonna go see what they do with it. So I think what they've been doing, I'll show you a couple of the farms that they have already. This is a spider farm where the spiders are just dropping and dying from fall damage. And all their gubbins. Uh oh, hope I didn't throw off the card. You know what, I bet I'm just kind of lagging as I'm teleporting in. But all the spider... Fucking... Got a bit of lag here with all these farms. All the spider droppings are going into a system of hoppers that gets picked up by a cart that gets dropped off there. And I believe this chest is collecting string. Yeah. And apparently oak saplings and wheat seeds. Get that out of there. And then over here, they've got a blaze farm, which is a little more manual. It's kind of a classic, you know, gather the mobs in one area and then kill them sort of farm. Not bad for experience, actually. That's several levels all at once. Really wears down my sword. I don't really have a good sword for this, but you know, it's nice that I don't have to travel to the end for an experience farm if I want to just go kill some blazes here. And now they're gonna make a trident farm. And I'm hoping to skim a few nautilus shells off the top whenever that's ready. So yeah, next part I record, it'll probably be when they've got a drowned farm established, and I will be stealing some of the nautilus shells. Well, not stealing. I'm considering myself an unofficial co-owner in the drowned farm, even though I've already fairly traded my unbanning. I'm just gonna work under the assumption that I have equal access to these nautilus shells. Well, the drowned farm was erected in Hamilton, the main hub area, but turns out in Java Edition, you can't actually get nautilus shells from the type of drowned farm that what's his name? Celery made. Unfortunate, but apparently in Java Edition, converted drowns, like the ones that were spawning from the zombie farm spawner, then went through the water flow and would drown underwater, they can never be converted and then have nautilus shells in their hands. So that didn't work. Now, the best way to get nautilus shells in Java Edition is to do what I'm doing here, fishing. Thought I heard a creeper. Now you may ask, why don't I build an AFK fishing farm? Which are quite simple to do in Java Edition and just in Minecraft in general. But the issue is, this server uses a plugin called MCMMO, which adds some enhancements to several of the skills. One of those enhancements is that when you're fishing, if you don't move every so often, the area that you're standing in will get overfished. Which is just a method to prevent people from using AFK fishing farms or using any kind of fishing script where they'll just be standing in one spot, endlessly fishing. So, annoyingly, that means I've got to do fishing the old-fashioned way. So, I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. I'll cut back maybe when I get my first nautilus shell or if I get a better rod or something. But I'm going to be at this for a while, so maybe I'll put on some music for myself or something. There's the sun setting after a Very long day of fishing, very long Minecraft day of fishing. See if we can get one last fish before the night comes on too strongly. Yeah, there we go. So, that was pretty unsuccessful, I'd say. Given that I'm going specifically for nautilus shells. I got 0 nautilus shells. It really seems like the only, hold on. My bad. It seems like the only, non-fish thing I've gotten so far has been this half-broken wooden sword. So, I'm gonna come at this from a different angle. I was hoping that I would just get inundated with enchanted fishing rods while I was fishing. I was kind of under the impression I would just get really good luck with that. Didn't end up happening. So instead, I'm gonna make a bunch of rods first. Much less people online, I guess it's pretty late. And then I will enchant them all at once and just see if I get any, you know, good rods from just enchanting them straight out. So we get Luck of the Sea and anything else? Woohoo! Lure 2, Luck of the Sea 2, and Unbreaking 3. So I've been fishing at sea for a while, and what I've now come to understand, another fun quirk of the MCMMO plugin, is that your fishing loot is actually affected by what fishing level you are in this plugin. So I guess I'm to understand at lower levels you get mostly fish. Whereas at higher levels, you will get some enchantments and hopefully nautilus shells. Because I assume the MCMMO developers didn't just forget about nautilus shells. So this has been kind of a nightmare, but I'm still kind of determined to get one nautilus shell before this part is out. What's going on here is I'm at this automatic fish sorter that Celery over here has built. Oop. Let me see if I can see what's in all the chests here. Got a salmon chest. And a cod chest. I think he needs more pufferfish for his pufferfish chest. So I might try it out here for a bit. I might also be fucking with it a bit because it's a work in progress. But I mean, I'll do it here, I guess, and then I'll check my loot in the chests later. Because really all I'm interested in is the miscellaneous stuff at the end. It won't work properly till he has pufferfish in place. Then maybe for now, I'll go down. I'll fish here for now. So last thing, I've been doing kind of establishing shots up till now, recording all this fishing. But if I'm honest, it's creating a lot of footage that I don't want to sort through later, so I'm going to end the recording now until I have a nautilus shell, then I'll pick it up then, assuming that ever happens, and then I can record a closing to this video. Hey, so I was just looking at the fishing table for MCMMO, the plugin the server uses, and turns out nautilus shells, contrary to what you'd think, what would make sense, aren't even on their fishing table. So as it stands, because we're in Java Edition, we can't get nautilus shells from a drowned farm, and because we're on MCMMO, we can't get nautilus shells from fishing. So I guess the only way to get nautilus shells now is fucking a naturally spawning drowned, I guess. Sometimes drowns will spawn carrying nautilus shells and then you can kill them. But yeah, until then, what I think is a more efficient use of my time is fucking murdering myself. I can't even do that. Alright, I'm gonna become a drowned myself. Maybe I'll spawn with a nautilus shell. I hope you enjoyed this part. As I leave my mortal coil, I'll be thinking only just awful thoughts. I'll be in pain and alone and miserable. And I hope that death finds you all swiftly. See you next week. So, in a nice little resolution, while I was complaining like a baby in the general chat, the corny joke here says he was gifted a Nautilus by a player that he's never going to use. And what a nice guy. Let's see what I can give him. Fucking... Here. Take Lapis. So thank you very much to the corny joke for ending my suffering. That's only 7 more of these. He doesn't even know where he got this from. Apparently someone named Neptune, so I'm a little suspicious that the literal god of the sea came out of the ocean in a chariot pulled by seahorses and gifted to him this rare nautilus shell that is borderline unobtainable in this game. But I'll take it. Let's pretend that I got this from fishing. Let's pretend I got this from the 2 hours that I put into fishing tonight. And there's resolution to my video. It's a better resolution than me drowning myself and hating the world. But yeah, 7 more of these. I guess I'll just try to find like drowns in the ocean and hope they spawn with them. Like, I don't know. Kinda dumb. Kinda tired. So I'm gonna go to bed. And yeah, hope you're doing well. Good night.